What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm back in the new shop and back working on a 2022 Chevy Silverado long box Duramax. So in the last video, pretty much got all the painting wrapped up here, and I just have a few little odds and ends to finish up, like the wheel liners and some trim on it. But I have the 5-inch rough country lift kit here that I'm going to start installing today, and then also obviously the new rims and tires, which I did have on there before, just with the leveling kit. But these are the 37s on 20s. And this thing is going to be huge. So right now I do have the keys turned up a little bit so I could clear them 37s. So it is a little higher than it is stock, but as you can see, it's even higher in the front than the back there. But I might just take a few measurements here and then see the total height difference with before with it all stock, and then after with the 37s and the 5-inch lift. And then that's going to be pretty darn close on this truck. And then I also have some leather interior, which I'll touch on that a little bit later. But for this video, I'm just going to get the lift kit thrown in here, and we'll get a wheel alignment on it. So it's going to throw it on the hoist here and start pulling all the suspension apart, take off all the 4 wheels, and all the whole suspension on the front can drop out of there. Alright, so I got pretty much all this stuff laid out here on the floor, and I mean, it's pretty simple. There's not really too much. There's lots of bolts, but these kits are pretty easy to put together. And this one's actually just a torsion drop, so you don't, or it drops this onto the A-arm instead of having to drop the whole entire torsion bar. Let's see here. So you can just actually leave the torsion bars right in where they're at, and then you don't have to drop this thing down. You can get the kit that drops them down, but this is way cleaner of a look. And then on the back here, I'm gonna start doing the back first. So the back's pretty simple. I'm just gonna pull the rear shocks off first here, and then it wants you to unhook these brake lines right here, right here, just so they're loose. And then I think that there's a bracket that moves this up a little bit, and then moves these up a little bit too. And then obviously we can pull our rear U-bolts out here, and then put the block in first. So I'm gonna just start with the back first. That way I can get this all finished up, put the spare tire back in here, and throw the wheels in the back, and then we'll tackle the front after we do that. Alrighty, so I got all the front suspension all ripped apart, and I actually have the diff already back in here, and I already just went and cut this little part to trim off here on the frame. And on this kit, it actually gives you a really nice little cutout, and you kind of just set it up there on the frame, mark it up. It has a hole and everything, so you don't really have to guess. And I cut it out and it fit perfect. So just gonna pretty much start putting the suspension back together. I have to get this one little bolt. It's gonna be pretty stubborn. I don't know if I can get it from back here, but once you get this little bolt, you can tighten up the front differential, and I can pretty much start putting these back up in here, and the lower, I think the lower A-arm's going next. Then after the A-arms, you pretty much just start putting the new knuckles together. So I already have these out, and you pretty much just put them back in. You need to put the O-rings in here, but besides that, you just put a little Loctite on these bolts, and then you just kind of assemble back together. So just washing the cars when they call. Alrighty, so I'm finally going back forward here again, and I got the front differential all the way back in here, and all the bolts tightened up, and the upper or the lower A-arms in. And this one bolt here was quite a bugger. It's kind of like the rear differential bolt, but got it in there slowly, very slowly, because they can only get a wrench inside here, and I didn't have a ratchet wrench that was a 19. I had an 18 ratchet wrench, but it didn't quite fit, so that would have been way nicer to have one on there. But I got the front differential hooked up here. The A-arms are just sitting here, so I'm going to start throwing the knuckles in. I can throw the wheel bearings back into the new knuckles, and then where I had to cut the frame, it actually gave you these, they finally give you these really nice little cutouts. So this pretty much just lines up, you just mark it. This is the back one, and then this is the front one. Just mark it, cut it, and away you go. So pretty much just have the knuckles and all this stuff back left. So the parts pile is getting quite a bit smaller. So we should have it kind of sitting on its wheels here pretty soon. Once you get the knuckles in, and it's kind of pretty straightforward. Once you get, the worst part is kind of getting the diff and all that stuff in there and tightened down. And then the rest is just pretty minor. So, and then it also wants you to, for some reason, just trim it a little bit right here on these, where the torsion bars go through here. Not sure why, but maybe just for clearances, I'm guessing. But we will get that trimmed up here and start throwing the knuckles in. I'm really excited to see what this thing's going to look like once we get the wheels and stuff on. So I think it's going to be huge, because it was like up to the top of my head. The box was like just about 6 feet tall at the back there. So it's going to be huge. So anyways, I'll throw all this stuff in here, and we'll get it back on its wheels. Oh, it looks pretty sweet though. Yeah, we just have to trim a tiny bit on that front valence there, but alright, so I got it actually rolling out of the shop here, and this thing is looking so sweet. And just sitting beside my half ton, it looks huge. But I just think I need to adjust the front end up a little bit, because if you can see, I don't know if you can tell in the camera there, the rake is pretty bad. But I did go around and measure, unless it must have settled, I'm not sure. And I thought it was a ½ inch more down on the front than the back. But if you can look at this, it looks like it has lots of room to go up. So I'm gonna set it probably, we'll see what it is here. I'll just get this tape out. Yeah, we're 11 and a half. I was like 12 and a half when I first set it up, so 11 and a half here, 12 on this side. It's the back here. 13 now. I thought it was only 12 before, but 12 and a half. So I'm gonna do a little bit of adjusting. I think that corner is probably the lowest. So if I put that corner up, this back corner should go down a little bit. But I think I need to go up about an inch on the front here to make it all about the same. Yeah, I think if I go, yeah, about an inch would be perfect, I think. Or just over an inch on this side, and then like half an inch on this side. And then I'll also be able to clear a little better. I'm clear on the front valence here. I might just trim it like just like a little bit, tiny little bit off here, but I think it's actually, so far it's clearing, especially if we go up a little bit more. And then for the mud flap, I think I'm okay, but I'm not sure how. I haven't put the plastic mud flap on here yet, so we'll see if that clears it. I'm thinking probably get some kickbacks for this thing, and then you just get like, because it'll be the same as the caps on the back here. You just put these plastic caps on, and then you can put the kickback on just like on the old style trucks, and it'll be way out of the way there. So, but this thing is looking pretty sweet. I still need to put the rear window in, and then this afternoon I'm going to take it for a wheel alignment here. It was supposed to be this morning, but I had to cancel it because I didn't quite get it done last night. And then I can also put the Caskins leather interior in. I'll show you if this truck's unlocked. I have the Caskins in here. It is unlocked. These are the Caskins leather I got for it, and I went with the upgraded genuine leather faced, and then also like the diamond stitching. And these are so soft. These are really awesome skins. So we'll pull this apart after. I'm gonna get it all aligned and everything first, and then we'll do a video on just doing the Caskins leather on that truck. And then I have a few little things to do on the hood here. I need to put this vent covers in, the front wheel well liners in, and yeah, I think the skid plate is still missing on the bottom there, but we are pretty damn close. So let's go and adjust the torsion bars up a little bit, get it all sitting right, so at least it's ready for the wheel alignment then. Trim the valence a little bit here, just get a nice clean cut so I can keep that screw holding them together too, and see if it's not even be anywhere close to touching. Threw on some running boards and torqued a few things down. So I think I'm ready to roll in, and I'm going to take this thing for a wheel line. But I mean, it drives, I'm pretty sure it should be pretty close, because it actually drives the steering wheel straight and the wheels don't really look, and I mean, it should have dropped it right down to factory specs anyway. So get them to do a little quick wheel alignment on it, and we should be able to wrap some more things up on this thing. So we'll cruise down there, take it on the highway too, and see how it drives. It drives pretty damn good for just having the lift kit put in. It's got a little bit of a, the steering wheel's a little bit off here, and I have a little bit of a shake, so I think it's actually the wheels. So maybe I've had some problems with my balancer, so I don't know if I'll have to just rebalance it maybe and see if we can get through that. But pulls a little bit to the one side, but not too bad. So go get this thing aligned, and then see if that should fix all our problems, except for the wheels, or the little bit of the shake there. So I'll have to probably just pull the wheels off and rebalance the tires, I'm thinking. You feel so high up in this thing. Already, so the last of the lift kit all finished up here, and I also went and finished up some trim I had left on this truck, like the hood scoop and the wheel well liners. I finished them all up, and I did put some running boards on there too. And I pretty much got it sitting, I don't know if you can see in the video here, but sitting It's about a ½ an inch higher in the back than the front, so it's sitting pretty nice there. Pretty happy with how that sits. And then for the wheels, it actually does not, well, it rubs, like clears the front nicely, but when I threw on these plastic mud flaps, it just barely kind of tickles the bottom there. So just a little bit of rub, but I think what I'm gonna do is put like just like on the back here, is like these, kind of like a plastic cap is what you put on there. And then you can put a kickback mud flap just like on the older trucks, and it'd be a little bit nicer coverage too, on because this one's just like a little, yeah, if you put kickbacks on here, not just probably 12 wides or 13 wides on here, and that would solve the little bit of a rub. Like you can hardly even tell where it's rubbing, but it does just when you turn full lock, does rub just a tiny bit. But and then the top of the box is I think from the ground to the top of the box here is 65 inches, so it is quite tall, but you could still probably maybe tow a like a gooseneck trailer. I was gonna go try to hook up to the one I got a trailer sitting out back here, might hook up to it and see how it looks. But I mean, it drives nice. I still have a little bit of a shimmer with the balance on my tires, so I might just drop them off at a tire shop and get them to try to balance them, because I was kind of having some problems with my machine there. So, and I don't know why, it was just throwing me all over the place for balance. So maybe they can like road force them and rebalance them. Hopefully that'll fix the problem. It's not bad, like it's just a little bit, but it's just kind of annoying, right? Or might have to throw some balancing beads on the inside because they're just so big, right? Not sure what, they'll probably know what to do. If they don't balance up, maybe they'll have some bags, or I don't know. They were pretty good. I'll just take to the same guys that did the wheel alignment on this thing, and they were pretty fair to deal with. So besides that, I just need to, I think, throw on the skid plate on the front, and then it's pretty much wrapped up. So I think I'm gonna call that a wrap for this video. And yeah, this thing is just a monster, but it does drive nice. I mean, drives like a lifted truck. I think they do drive a little bit nicer. Like just turn the keys up a ½ an inch on the front and run 35s. That's kind of where I like them. But this is, you know, it's kind of fun to do something a little different. I haven't done a lift kit in a long time, so, and looks pretty sweet. So, but anyways, thanks for watching. And in the next video here, I'm going to throw the leather interior in this thing and pretty much finish up this whole entire build. So this one was quite a job, because this one was actually just took one little tumble of a rollover. So pretty much every single panel in this whole entire truck was replaced, except for I think it was this front fender, and then these like the fascias on each side were both original. I think everything else is new. Like the cab's new, the doors are new, the box is new. Actually, you know what? The tailgate is original. So the tailgate, these fascia pieces, and this one front fender. Everything else had a little bit of damage, so I just replaced it all with brand new stuff, brand new GM stuff. And it is absolutely filthy right now, so it still need to do a little bit of buffing on it, but paint work is pretty much all finished up too. So, and we're just rolled, I think it's got 6,400 K on it now. Okay, oh yeah, 6442. So put about 400 K on it, just like driving it to the inspection and back. And interior is also filthy because I had no back window in it. I finally put the back window in it just this afternoon, so can finally give the interior good detail, throw in these leather, or take the seats out and put the leather covers on, and should look pretty sweet. So anyways, thanks for watching, and tune in for the next one. Peace.